So by now, most of my viewers slash listeners are used to what I have designated as Jan's rule of half. And I started implementing this a long time ago. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to my channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How you doing today? Hope that this audio video, as always, finds everybody doing well. Well, if you're not familiar with Jan's rule of half, I'll go over it very, very fast. Literally, cut the things that you use down in half whenever feasible, whenever possible, whenever realistically possible. And I do this all the time. So I started implementing another rule, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I heard on the news the other day that the value of a dollar in the last few years went down about 24%. I said, did I really like just hear this properly? Do I need to clean out my ears a little better or something? Did I really hear? I mean, I know it went down, but what I heard in passing by was 24%. I'm not really sure the actual figure because I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a regular person that's observant and likes to put down certain information that makes sense. Let's just say this, forgetting the percentile, okay? But the value of a dollar has drastically gone down. That means, what does this mean? This means that it's going to cost you more dollars to purchase things. That's putting it as simple as possible. Hey, I didn't know that, Jan. Of course you did. You feel it every time at the gas pump. You feel it all the time at the grocery store. For some people, it makes a big difference. For some people, it's like, who cares here, there, and anywhere? Wow, I wish I was that person. But that's not me. I live in the real world. And in the real world, things like that do matter. I'm just saying. So a few months back, I fell in love with this product. Okay. And every once in a while, it'll go on sale. And when I see it on sale, take three guesses what I'm going to do. I'm going to purchase it. I'm going to stock up and save, and it lives in my freezer. And what I love is it takes a lot of work out of things. What am I talking about? Talking about a product. And I don't get an extra dime for mentioning this, just for the record. It's from Purdue. It's boneless breasts of chicken, boneless, skinless, and it's already, in that what do you call that plastic wrap? The one that's shrunk up already. Anyway, it's well wrapped. You could take them out and use them as you need them. Okay. And it reminds me of those fancy, fancy companies that you could order from, those subscription companies, the way they package chicken. It's vacuum sealed. I couldn't think. It's too early. I just had my 25-cent cup of Joe and it didn't hit me yet because it's literally 6 o'clock in the morning, about the best time I could get a recording in around here. So, in any event, making a long story short, I discovered this product. And at that time, the first time I got it, it was not on sale because I was not familiar with the actual price. But you get five of those very generous boneless chicken portions out of it, boneless and skinless. Come in very handy. And I like that I can use it as needed, one at a time, without making a huge mess. I'm just saying. You want to know one of my favorite ways to eat it? And of course, I've done it, the chicken cutlet breaded way and oven fried it, very little oil. I don't like a lot of oil. I just don't like to work with oil. Oil is expensive, oil is messy, oil is greasy, and I'm just not interested in oily, greasy products for me. Not saying that's how you should feel. This is the way I feel about it. But anyway, I actually sometimes poach those once in a while, but I don't do with those unless there's more than one person having a meal with me. Thanks to that chicken, okay, I was eating it. And what the first time I had it, I had two. And I was honestly way too overstuffed. Like I felt very uncomfortable. And this is just two boneless pieces of chicken, boneless, skinless. All right. But I was definitely way more filled up than I wanted to feel, uncomfortably so. Like when you need a cup of tea to make yourself feel a little better. So that's how I felt. I said, boy, this is so good. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I'll have another one. Yum, yum. No, I did not need to have two. So here's my new secret, okay? Jan's new secret that actually has been around for a long time. Portion control. I am perfectly happy, have enough protein, a ton of protein in just one of those chicken pieces. Where does it come from that we have been taught? And I definitely think it's a societal thing. It's a habitual thing. You see it on, a TV ad or anywhere or commercial somewhere else or a magazine where you see people eating these oodles and oodles and oodles of big, 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 big plates of food. Sometimes I believe that we as a society have been conditioned to think that we are supposed to eat big, 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 big. Now, I would think, initially upon initial sighting, that two pieces of chicken would not be so filling. I didn't realize for me it is. So I said, wait a minute. If I'm happy with the one piece and totally satisfied, because keep in mind, I am also including in that meal some sort of a green vegetable, whether it's canned, whether it's fresh, whether it's a salad. I call it green, whatever the green may be. And I might include a starch, like let's say a simple boiled potato, nothing on it. Boy, you're so exciting, Jan. No, I am not. I'm one of the most boring people on planet and proud of it. So there. I'm boring. I'm weird. You see the goof. You see the goof where I'm going with that. Proud of it. Anyway, but that's another show. But we have been conditioned to think that we need to eat so much. When I mean, not to bring it up, but for the new person that's listening that might be, let's say, below 40 years young, okay? Okay, that's young in my honest. When you're 65, anything below 40 is very young. All right, I'm just saying. Okay. Enjoy the moment for one, number one. But I mean, we're big, excuse me. We're used to big, big, big numbers. We're used to big, big, big portions. When I was a kid, if you went out and bought a muffin, it literally was half the size, if not even less than half the size of the current ginormous muffins that exist today. I have a friend that loves to buy once in a while for themselves a personal big, big muffin. Literally, I could cut them in four pieces. I kid you not. The ones you see, let's say in the city street, those little cake carts, you could buy what they're about $5 or so. They are big. Go half with someone, honestly, maybe even three with someone. I'm not even kidding you. So that person was a little because they're running short, with money. So I surprised that little person with a little gift, and I said, "Here you go. This is for you. Get that whole muffin since you love it so much, and enjoy it." That's it. Just a little thought to brighten that person's day, type things. But we have been conditioned, way too conditioned to overindulge. So I said to myself, there was another instance recently for me. There's a loaf of bread, sliced bread, okay? It's not that well, wait a minute. Let's start from scratch. It's moderately expensive, but it is a good quality artisan whole wheat kind of bread, okay? And I would say, yeah, it's in the 4.99, $5 range, but there are 22 slices in it. 22 slices. So I have learned out of two reasons: necessity, because of the economy and, trying to hit, goals and stuff like that, that I could easily, without even blinking an eyelash, get by on one loaf of that bread, 22 slices, one maximum two slices per day. Okay. I will not go past two servings a day on any bread. I have learned that I don't need to have six slices a day. Okay. So I narrowed it down. I narrowed it down in my life, in my case, to two slices a day because I am a bit of a bean counter. Someone asked me, Jan, during these times, how are you managing your bill to be so moderate, your grocery bill to be so, moderately expensive? I said, well, I'm a bit of a bean counter. I said, as much as I despise math, I still like to count. Maybe that's the little kid in me counting pennies. I don't know. I have no idea. But I take that minute and say, oh, 22 slices of bread in this bag for this amount of money versus 10 or 12 in another bag for another amount of money. And I go and ask myself, well, which is cheaper? So you have to take that minute, do the unit pricing and all that. Again, that could be another show. All right, so here's my new rule, portion control. Well, I always did believe in portion control, not just for calories. Now it's like including other reasons. Portion control to stay within grocery budget. So that's my new rule, okay? I will never forget the rule of half. I will always implement it. I will always remind people about it. It'll come up in conversation. But in addition to Jan's new rule of half, Jan's rule of save money by utilizing portion control. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.